episode of This Is Poly. So here's the thing. I thought we were going to have Cameo, Trent, and Nita on this season of Love After Lockup, but it's starting to look like they just introduced them on the first episode to try to acquire new viewers for the new season of This Is Poly, and I'm starting to think that they're not going to be on the rest of the season of This Is Poly, that we're just going to have to watch their whole journeys on This Is Poly, which makes sense because I was wondering why they started off with their storyline on the first episode of Love After Lockup, you know, telling all their friends and family about the fact that about their lifestyle, and then we see it continued on This Is Poly. I'm like, okay, that's a little confusing, but now it makes sense since it looks like we're just going to have to watch the rest of their storylines on This Is Poly. So they sent this big email and they made a Facebook post announcing to their family about their lifestyle and letting them know about Nita, and they invited all their family and friends that they announced their new lifestyle to this pool party. So the day the big pool party comes and nobody shows up, the only people that were there were literally their kids and their kids' partners. I guess one of their daughters is into the poly lifestyle, so she has like 2 or 3 potential partners. So she brought her partners and the kids brought their, you know, partners and friends. And I don't know, it kind of makes me start to wonder, did you guys really make an announcement if nobody really showed up to support? But I guess it just goes to show that nobody wants anything to do with it. Plus, it's one thing to make an announcement that you're poly, but it's another thing to be like, okay, yeah, I'm poly now, and I need you to show up to this pool party and film on cameras so the whole world can see you. I'm sure a lot of their family members weren't cool with that, except the more younger generation. And then we see this couple, Tehmeena and BQ, I think that's how you say her name, Tehmeena. This couple has no business being poly. They just need to go back to the drawing board and work on their marriage before they focus on bringing other people into their marriage. Because Tehmeena and BQ, they went out to eat with this girl that BQ had been seeing, and BQ tried to convince Tehmeena, yeah, this girl was in my life for 4 years, but I never slept with her. I knew that was bullshit as soon as he said that, because you can tell he's one of those guys that one of the main things on his to-do list is to get some coochie. You know, that's what he's mainly after, and that's kind of what it sounds like why he wants to be poly. So I'm not buying that you spent all this time, 4 years, just chilling with this girl, not trying to get in her pants. And come to find out when they go out to eat, it's revealed that, yeah, BQ just slept with this girl a few months prior, and he's been lying to his wife this whole entire time. So she felt betrayed, and she told him, look, if you want to continue this marriage, we're not going to be poly. And I agree with her. They need to focus on fixing their marriage before they bring someone else into it, because then it's just going to end up causing more problems. And it kind of makes me wonder, like, BQ, do you really give a damn about your wife, or are you just trying to hurry up and find someone as a backup plan to replace your wife with because you're done with all the fighting? Because, you know, you see that happen with some people. Some partners, they'll do all this crazy shit to make their partner upset. Instead of trying to hold themselves accountable or fix the issue, they just want to go replace and find someone else so they don't have to, you know, fix things or work on themselves or work on the relationship. It's easier to find someone else. And that's kind of what it seems like BQ's doing here. And BQ's refusing to not look for another person. He's like, no, this is what I want. And if you're going to be with me, then we're going to have a poly relationship. And then he told Tehmeena, well, I'm going to go out. You know, I'm kind of stressed out. I need to go unwind. And Tehmeena found out that their house is about to get sold. And they have 60 days to get out of their house. And she's all stressed out. And he don't give a damn. He's like, well, you know, we're going to have to find a place. But he's not worried about it. It kind of seems like, oh, I don't gotta worry about it because Tehmeena's gonna figure it out. If that was Tehmeena, I would be going out and let him figure it out and put all the stress on him, because her always picking up all the pieces, he's not having to deal with all the stress and stuff on his plate like she is. And I think he kind of needs to get a taste of his own medicine, and then he might start looking and treating her differently. But anyways, when she's sitting there at home looking up places that they're gonna live, he goes out and he acts like he's just going to go out and hang out with his boys. Or no, what did he say he was going to do? He said he was going to go work out. I can't remember what exactly he was going to do. But whatever he said he was going to do is not what he ended up doing. His ass ended up going to the strip club. and he's with one of his boys at the strip club getting dances from the strippers, and he's not one of those guys that just gets dances and sits back and enjoys the view. This man was getting all handsy with the strippers, and I was actually shocked that some of the strippers were letting him touch all up on them like he was, because when I used to dance back in the day, in my younger days, and they used to go ham on some of the guys who would touch on some of the girls. I know some of the girls allow it, but he was touching all up on this girl, rubbing all up and down her butt and everything. And of course, right when he's doing that, Tehmeena had his location, and she walks in the strip club and caught him in action, and he literally like throws this stripper off of it right when she's in mid-twerk to get her off of him so he can try to run off and hide. But Tehmeena busted his ass, and she's like, what the hell are you doing here? This doesn't look like you're working out. The only thing working out was these damn strippers twerking all on him. And Tehmeena walks in, and yeah, I've been saying her name wrong this whole video. It's Tehmeena, not Tehmeena or whatever, however I was saying it. So I apologize. You guys know I suck at pronouncing things. But Tehmeena walks in, she notices what he was doing, and she popped the hell off. She told him that he needed to pack it up and leave. And if he didn't leave right then and there, that she was done with him for good. And he's like, no, I ain't leaving. And she's like, you do know I'm going to leave your ass. And he's like, okay. And I think what's happened is so many times in the past, it's kind of like when you got a kid, you know, and your kid, if you're always warning them, hey, if you do this, you're going to go in timeout. If you don't ever put them in timeout, they're not going to take you seriously. And I kind of think that's what's going on here with Tehmeena and BQ. I think she's threatened him so many times that she's going to leave. She's going to be done with his ass. And she never leaves. So he doesn't take her seriously anymore, and that's why he continues to do what he wants to do, because he knows she's still going to be there at the end of the day. And honestly, I think them having to move in 60 days is a blessing in disguise, and honestly like a sign from God saying, hey, this is your chance to get away from him and move out and get on your own and get your own place and focus on yourself while he proves if he really wants to be in this marriage or not. And if he does, then you guys can get back together later on. But yeah, I think they need some time apart to realize that they think it's worth it to come back together in the end, because he does not seem like he's taken her seriously at all. And it looks like we're going to see the downfall of this marriage this season. I mean, we're already seeing it going on. And I guess this couple was on Love Don't Judge, and they were on another show as well. I didn't know about that. I was doing some digging into them for this video, and yeah, they had a segment on Love Don't Judge with their girlfriend that looked just like Tehmeena. And then I think Tehmeena, when she woke up the next day and she was talking to him, she looks so pretty without those contacts she usually wears, and she actually looks a lot prettier in my opinion with less makeup. I think when she wears those contacts, it can take away from like the beautiful features on her eyes sometimes, because that's all I can focus on when she wears those crazy looking contacts or tiger looking contacts. I don't even know what people call them. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. I'm going to do the rest of the couples in a separate video. But let me know what you guys think about these two couples in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.